So here on the table, we have a sample range of our Pro level scooters. So we have brands like Proline, we have Mongoose as well. So this is the L3 model. This is the Mongoose Stance Team model. And so what sort of rider profile would you recommend for these sorts of scooters, Ty?
So basically, this is the sort of range where I'm starting to get into kids that are more ambitious with the sport. I'm probably aiming around 12 and younger teens and so on, even getting into adults. Generally demographics for this scooter. So, and it's just anywhere from sort of wanting to progress with the sport as a scooter rider yourself, or you just want something that's going to be sort of top-notch scooter quality. You don't want to replace bits and pieces on it over time.
Sure. So the construction of these, how does that vary to the mid and the base level Pro scooters that we've come across? Is the deck different?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when we start to get into what these scooters actually are, we start to get into CNC triple-butted alloy framing systems. So with this, it's a lot stronger of a deck. We're also going to find between this range as well, not only is it wider, but it's longer too. So we're sort of compensating for, we're dealing with much taller people than just a standard smaller child. And it's all in retrospect of how the scooter is going to be used. So for an average rider, this might not be your go-to, but if you also want something where you don't want to replace anything, you just want a good scooter that you can go out, you can grab it, it's not going to fall apart on you. This is where we're going.
So the decks on these are the lightest, strongest decks money can buy on a scooter?
On a scooter range. The other thing that we even do is we carry that right across to the wheels on them, the forks, and the actual clamps themselves. So what that does is it makes it a full alloy scooter. It makes it the lightest material you can use as well as the strongest.
So the Proline L3 here, I noticed it's got like solid wheels.
Yes.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before.
Absolutely. So one of the main things is that we were talking about with the smaller diameter wheels and the lower grade quality of material wheels, you really do risk potentially damaging your wheel set. So going to a full metal core, there's no potential risk of bending a spoke or shaping it out of true. The only other thing that you potentially have to worry about here is just debeating a wheel.
Okay, sure. And these are a lot bigger, like this is a 120 mil wheel diameter.
So yeah, 100%. So we go up to the 120 mils on the Proline scooters as well. And that's basically, again, we're just trying to maximum impact, maximum durability, and sort of as best structure as we can make the scooter.
And the clamp is I noticed it's got 3 bolts?
Yeah, so we go into, there's different styles of clamps. They go all the way from double to triple to quadruple style clamps. Essentially, the bigger clamp, the more surface area it's covering to hold the fork to the handlebar. So, and with the bigger clamp, again, let's say you're starting to get into your flip tricks, anything like that, there is still a lot of potential energy going through this fork system. So if there's any movement at all, that's when we get our cracks of the brakes.
Sure. And so this sort of deck, you know, kids and teens and stuff can grind on because of its strength. Like all the parts on this are sealed as well?
Absolutely. So we still stick with those seal bearings as well. They actually upgrade in bearing as well. So we go from an ABEC 7 system to an ABEC 9.
Yeah.
So just a smoother style rolling bearing. Again, slightly more durable so we can put a lot more impact through them. And then with the wheels itself going to that bigger style. Again, just sort of compensating for the amount of impact that we're going to be putting through ourselves.
And at this level, the brake, does the brake like vary between...
Essentially with this, we're just going to, the whole scooter itself is getting better, so including the brake. With the brake, you'll find on a scooter, it's not necessarily something that actually comes in the factor too much. It's more just to keep your foot from actually hitting that wheel. So with more pro-grade scooters, you'll notice there's another style of tricking that's called tech. And with tech style tricks, they do use the brake fractionally. And what this allows for is essentially a more springier style brake that can just make for a more efficient stop. Okay. So it is slightly upgraded, but it's very minimal.
All right, cool. So overall, we've got, at the Pro level, we've got a scooter that you don't really need to upgrade anything on. You've got the lightest, strongest deck. You've got parts that are fully sealed, which means almost zero maintenance. And the bars are taller, bars are wider for a bit more control, better for taller riders. So, and these also come in a range of different colors. So, so guys, pop in. We've got a massive range to choose from. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.